Hey, 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 welcome to another Valley Forged, talking Mother's Day. You know, I'm here in California. We don't know what a woman is, but we can tell you who our mom is. Crazy times that we live in. But Mother's Day, a fantastic, wonderful time to have a laser. It really, I don't know, it just lends itself perfectly to making Mother's Day gifts, in my opinion. And these things we're going to talk about today are pretty universal as far as just learning, getting better at your laser. I think that if you spend the time and just learn all of the things that we're going to talk about today, you're going to be way, way better. This is actually, talking from experience here. When I came up with this, I did it for my mother first. This is what I made the file for. I learned just more than almost any other file I've ever made. It's maybe my purse file or something. You know, obviously that took a lot of money, time, and effort. Whereas this, one of the nice things about we'll start out with the card. One of the nice things about making cards is you can learn so much and you're not going to be using wood, right? Wood's so expensive these days. And it'll blow your mind what you can do with cardstock, right? And that you can make all kinds of fun things. So what you're going to need is, I use the heaviest stuff I could get from my local craft store. I will try to put a picture of that up if I still have one. And so you can see, and just practice. As you can see, you can engrave on cardstock. And so you can not just cut it out, which is really cool, but you can also engrave. So I'll put a little part about when I first made this file. I'm going to add some of that into here. So what I did is I took a white piece of 110-pound cardstock and I etched this tree and also the Happy Mother's Day into the white paper. And then, of course, yes, I did cut out the flowers. And then I did the same one. Here, I'll show you on Lightburn. I have just a ton of layers, and I turn on and off whichever layers that I'm cutting for that particular thing. I make a bunch of them so that I don't have to flip these back and forth all the time. But so, see, I cut out one, and then I have this in line right here, this inner line. This is for the inside of the card. And what I do there is I etched out the inside of the flowers. So you can see, if you look close here, that's all etched out on the second layer. And then I just glue the two together and you're done. And it turns out really nice, and I've made different colors of them. But it's pretty simple. This is a file that I made, and some of you already have it. And if you bought the thing where it has all of my files, that's in there as well, with one addition. Both that I have added. I just added the Sakura earrings, which have been really great seller for me, and they're really fun to make. I'm going to talk about those at the end. But if you've already gotten all of my files, or if you bought this Mother's Day specifically and you're watching this, you can just go to wherever you bought it, send me the receipt, and your email, and I'll just email you the file for the earrings if you want them. But back to cards. So this is the card. I think it's a really beautiful card that I created, and you're just manipulating layers in Lightburn, right? So you're cutting out one part and you're gluing that to the back. You can just see how easy it is to do. And then you're cutting out the card itself. It's fairly simple, and it's all about the settings, as it is with lasers, right? Really, when you get down to it, I mean, you see the leather wallets I make and everything. Settings are just so important so that you're not ending up with a bunch of soot everywhere. And with paper, you really got to kind of dial it in, but it's totally doable. It really is. Obviously, you want to have your laser pretty clean so you're not getting a bunch of smoke, and you're not going to use air assist.
because that's just going to blow everything everywhere. Obviously, it's paper. So just have fun with it, learn. If you make mistakes, no big deal. It's paper. And then once you're done with this, start thinking, make your own. You know, whatever you see at the store, you see something, you're like, oh, I just make that, you know? And you could maybe incorporate other things, maybe your printer or whatever. You can make things and then cut with the laser and just make it way better than I ever did, right? And then the next thing is the rose. I think they're just universally cool. I have sold like thousands of these roses at shows and different things. First one, like I said, I made for my own mom. A rose that lasts forever. This is the way that I sell it or talk about it. And there are just so many ways to do it. In fact, I'll just throw in a clip here of the couple ways I did it back then.
I mean, I customized these. You can see I've done several different versions. What I did with this one here is I mixed it like a puzzle, right? I cut it all out, then painted the different colors on it, and then put it back together on an MDF copy of the same thing. Super easy. It looks really good. But then for the other look, yeah, I just cut out some glitter paper and stuck it in there, and also glued it on top of an MDF outline of the same thing. Now, it's super easy. Two different looks completely.
And you could just add your own way. The one difference that I made with my file compared to a lot of the other ones that you're going to find, the little branches on the rose, they're so thin in a lot of files. And what I found was that they would just, I would just be carrying them from the laser and then the one would break off. That makes it very difficult, you know? So I thickened those up a little bit, and it really made a world of difference as far as me not destroying half the ones that I was making. And it makes it a lot easier to glue and things like that. So if you do get a different rose file, I would go in there and manipulate those, where the leaves are a little bit, just to make that a little bit thicker so it doesn't break off as easily. You want it to still look delicate. It's kind of this, way in it. That's the fun of lasers, I'm just trying to have a good time with it and make it more interesting for myself and for my customers or my mom or whoever, right? So this is another project that could be done so many different ways that you can learn so much and have fun with. You can paint them. You can do like you saw, adding colored paper or doing as a puzzle. It's just a million ways to do it. It's really fun. And then the last but not least, the Sakura earrings. You all know I get everything from Craft Closet. I have a discount link below. And this particular thing, now the wood I used for the roses was MDF core, hardwood, cherry or something like that on the top. And then below I would have MDF, right, to make it a little cheaper. Works really well to do it in 2 layers like that. But for the earrings, I used hardwood, cherry hardwood, which also you can get from Craft Closet. I just checked to make sure that they have plenty in stock. You get the 3mm hardwood, you cut it out because you can, it just looks better for earrings, I think. And you can sand the edges down more. It's just better in my opinion. And you're not using that much material. You can make like 36 earrings or something for one piece of the hardwood. So really it's, I sell them for $25 a pair. So I can make 30 pairs per piece. It really works out. I think the longest thing that's going to take time making these earrings is the painting. I just hand paint them. So I engrave the Sakura out and cut it out, obviously. And then I just hand paint the flowers. And you don't have to be perfect at this. Just in fact, being a little imperfect actually makes them kind of better and kind of unique. And then as far as the finish goes, I've used all different kinds of finishes on them and all look different. You could do matte, you could do clear, you could do sparkly. I put gold sparkles in there, and there's just so many different ways to do it. And you can have fun with that. And as far as the depth of the engrave, you can change that. It's like and it'll teach you how to make earrings. And earrings are something that I have really had a lot of luck with, and really enjoyed making, and I get, a little bit more handmade. And I hope to do a lot more of that this year. And the Sakura earrings really, really do well for me in spring. Obviously, it's just a great place and time for it. So again, I think it's not only a great gift pack, but also a great way to learn your laser. And I'm hoping to make a lot more videos this year, really getting more in depth how to make everything. So if people are interested, like not only making boxes, but in depth on how to do these earrings, or how do you make earrings in general, or whatever, I'll probably be making like 100 videos this year. So why not just put down below what is it you're looking to do and what you need help with. And I will try to help. Let me know what type of lasers you're using also, because that is going to make a difference on what you can do. I think you could do this packet with pretty much any laser out there. Some things, though, like the Lord's Prayer crosses or some of the other stuff that I do, or the purses, you're going to absolutely want not just a bigger bed, but also more power for the lasers. So, there's a lot to think about, but it's so much fun. I just love lasers. And although I just got off a 5-month vacation, which was fantastic, the one thing I missed was being creative, working with my hands, and getting back to my laser. So we're going to do that. And I appreciate everybody out there. I will see you in the next one. Love y'all.